to figure out the puzzle.
And I'm Michael Carter. I'm the assistant race secretary here at MGM Northfield Park. I've been here since 2015, thanks to this man right here to my right, Ayers Ratliff, who I fill in for on a regular basis. I've gotten a chance to fill in as the announcer at a few other places, including Hazel Park, which we both have had the chance to call at.
All right, so we're going to roll right here into the program, and we're going to do races 5 through 11, take a quick break here, and then come back and do race number 12. So in the 5th race today is 1 mile on the turf. It is a Grade 2 $500,000 stake event here in the 5th race. We're going to scratch the 1. We're going to scratch the 3. So scratch down to a field of 6 for race number 5. And Michael, who do you have?
I'm going to kick things off here with the outside draw, who will now leave from post number 6, is the 8 Speak of the Devil for trader Chad Brown. I know Railbird Roberts down there loves Chad Brown, especially on the turf. So we'll go with Speak of the Devil to the outside. Picks up Flavien Prat. Ran over a heavy going in France back in November, going to make the first start of the season. For second for me is the 6 Lady Sprite Spear, who's the speed of the race has been no worse than 4th as of late, and was a winner at this distance back in September at Woodbine, and was 3rd last out at Keeneland. And then for 3rd, we'll go with the 2 Flower Point, who will be coming late and picks up Joao Rosario.
And here I went to the 7 horse here in Italian, a horse that has 3 wins in a row, has had 2 races this year, both being wins. Now, admittedly, less competition than what this horse faces today, but it just looks like, as a 4-year-old, this horse has come back and is doing really good things and continue to do that. She's got a ton of gate speed. I think she can take this from start to finish. But the horse is just, every time that she stepped up, she's stepped up, and she has defeated everything in her last 3 starts, and I look for that to continue. And I just think when a horse really hits its best stride, they're going to show me that they can beat it before I can start betting against it. Second, I went to the 8 Speak of the Devil, and, the horse has got a couple wins in a row. I know very little to nothing about what the horse has been racing in, and but the horse has been winning a couple starts in a row, so I'm going to roll with it here too. And for 3rd, I went to the 6, so I went 7, 8, 6 in the 5th.
Well, I put Michael's horse, the 8 horse, 3rd, Speak of the Devil. I put your horse in Italian 2nd, and the horse I put on top is the 5. I trip note these races. I watch the replays, and my note on this Wakanaka was perhaps Jose Ortiz didn't know what he was sitting on in this filly. He had her close early, then appeared to pack it in turning for home, only to close with a rush with an inside-outside move. So he's back on it today, so he knows her a little bit better. She raced in Italy before she came to America with 2 starts at Gulfstream. So I'm going 5, 7, 8 in the 5th race, which is the Distaff Turf Mile.
So Railbird's at 5, 7, 8. Carter is at 8, 6, 2. I'm at 7, 8, 6 in the 5th. Moving on to race number 6, a 1 mile overnight stakes event for $160,000. And in this race here for race number 6, it looks like there is 1 change here on the 10 horse, scratch the 10, Major Fed. Bob, who do you have?
I went with the 11 horse, Necker Island, 6 to 1 from the Chris Hartman barn. This horse is very comfortable at the distance, 5 for 9, or 3 for 7, excuse me, and very comfortable at Churchill Downs with 5 wins and 9 starts. So he's a horse for a course, so I'm throwing him on top. I put the 2 Shared Sense 2nd, Brad Cox, he's always in the thick of things. And for 3rd, I went for the 3 Technique. It's a long shot that could spice up some of the gimmicks.
And Michael, who do you have?
Actually, I thought this race, Bob, was set up for a long shot. So my long shot play actually comes here in this race with the 6 Perfect Spidey. He's a strong closer. Gets a rider change to John Velasquez. I've seen crazier long shots. It's been working really well. Trainer Dallas Stewart is a 19% winner when entering 31 to 60 days off. So I think Perfect Spidey is the one to play here. I do like Shared Sense for 2nd. And for 3rd, I'll take the 4 Dream Shake, who's working well and is clearly better than most in this field.
So I went to a long shot as well, and I went to the 12 horse Endorsed, a horse that I just think has been facing better than what it faces today. Hasn't been embarrassing himself at all. I think the horse is getting a little bit of age on him at this point, and maybe not the horse he was at younger, but again, the horse has been racing pretty well and shows a lot of 2nd, 3rd, 4th place finishes in its last several starts against better competition. even a Grade 1 where it got 4 3 starts ago. And I think with a bit of a drop in class, I think this horse could strike at big money. Second, I went to the 4-horse in here, and that horse is Dream Shake, a horse that's coming off of a win, but again against lesser competition than it faces today. And I had the 10 for third, which is scratched, so I'm just going to stick to a 12-4. So Roberts has the 11, I have the 12, Michael Carter has the 6, our pick in race number 6. On to race number 7, the Pat Day Mile, a Grade 2 event for $500,000. And in this race here, we're going to go 4 pounds over on the 3-horse. We're going to scratch the 7, Howling Time. Howling Time is out. Michael, who do you have?
You know, this is where my best bet of the afternoon, I guess, if you want like short prices. The 5 Jack Christopher has done nothing wrong since kicking things off, 2 for 2 in his young career. His 3-year-old colt was a winner by 2 3/4 lengths in the Champagne at Belmont last time out. So I think Jack Christopher, the race kind of goes through him. For second, we'll go with the 11 My Prankster, who's stretching out. Was 4th last out in the Lafayette with Louis Saez aboard over a wet fast track at Keeneland. And from what we've seen today, the racetrack is fast at Churchill, even though they got a little bit of rain last night. And for third, we'll go with the 3 Papa Cap, who is an exotics play for me.
And Bob,
Well,
who do
it's
you like
fun
here?
to beat favorites, but this is one I'm not going to try to beat. Jack Christopher. Obviously, this horse would have been on the Triple Crown Trail, but something got him waylaid, and he didn't start coming out for his 3-year-old campaign until early April. He started working down in Florida at Payson Park. He's 2 for 2. He's very fast. It's Chad Brown, so I'm not going to get in Jack Christopher's way. The 1-horse for second, Major General. If you throw out his stumbling 10th in the with close finishes, so I'm going 5-1-3 in the 7th.
Now, unbelievably enough, I also went 5-1-3.
Attaboy.
So one thing you can probably bank on 100% sure is the 5-1 nor the 3 will probably hit the
We're going to get a
ticket today.
$100 cold trifecta, 5-1-3.
So that means bet the 11 horse. That's exactly what that means.
So, but, Jack Christopher, hard to get away from that horse here. And, even he's been facing so good company every start and, was in a $100,000 race in his very first effort, was still even money. So, there was no secret that this horse was really good. Came back right off of that into a Grade 1 and then comes to a Grade 2 here. And I just think that this horse is going to be on a continued mission of success. So Roberts and I both at a 5-1-3, Michael Carter a 5-11-3 in race number 7. 8th race today, a stake event, a Grade 1 $750,000 purse going 7 furlongs. In the 8th race, you're going to scratch the 1-horse Lady Rocket. Lady Rocket is scratched. Michael, who do you like?
Well, to me, and Bob, you might have noticed this because I know you watch a lot of these thoroughbred races, this seems like a Madison Stakes from Keeneland all over again. There's a lot of horses in this race kind of exiting that race. My top selection is a horse that likes Churchill Downs, and it's the 6 Bells the One, who has only missed the board 1 time at Churchill Downs, exiting that Madison Stakes. Beat 3/4 of a length, was second to just 1 time. It's been no worse than 4th in recent efforts. Needs a little bit of a fast pace and will be coming from off the pace, but what we've seen so far this afternoon, some of the closers have fared pretty well. For second, I like the 1 Lady Rocket, who is out, so we'll use the 5 Obligatory, who is also a closer. Jose Ortiz gets them out, looking for 3 in a row at Churchill Downs, is 2 for 2, so you can't argue with perfection there.
Bob, who do you have?
Well, on my sheet that I put out on weekends here, I have the number 6 horse, Bell's the One, on top. And my comment was, there's enough speed in here to set up the veteran's winning kick. She's obviously, I was torn between her and the 5, but this scratch of Lady Rocket, that's a big scratch in this race because she was going to be up there pushing anybody who wants to go with her. Maybe the 3, the 4, but it's going to change things. I'm still going to stick with Bell's the One because I think she's best and she loves this place. She's 4 for 8 with 3 seconds at Churchill Downs. And Obligatory is perfect at Churchill Downs, 2 for 2. But I'm not worried about their closing kicks now with the 1 out. And then with, I had Lady Rocket picked 3rd, so she's out, so I'll throw the 7 in there, Edgeway, who could benefit greatly by Lady Rocket taking the day off. So give me a 6-5-7 in the Derby City Distaff.
So I went to the 5 Obligatory, a horse that's coming off of 2 solid wins and just completely solid wins where she was just 100% the best in both of those races. She should have huge confidence moving into this one, and I think can make it 3 in a row. Second, I went to the 2 Just One Time, a horse that's coming off of 4 straight wins. And, you know, another horse that should be really full of herself right now and doing really good things, a perfect 2 for 2 so far this year. For third, I went to the 7 Edgeway. Again, I think will be helped immensely with the scratch of the 1, but I'm going to stick with a 5-2-7. Michael's at a 6-5, and Bob at a 6-5-7 there in race number 8. Ninth race on the card, a stake event, 1/16 on the turf, a grade 2 going for $500,000. In the 9th race, you're going to scratch the 8 horse Royal Spirit. Royal Spirit is out of race number 9. Michael, who do you have?
I'm going to kick things off with the 6 Portfolio Company. A couple of things here, you know, make me a little leery. First start of the year, went out to Del Mar in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Turf and just didn't really fare all that well, but has done well out east before, so I think Churchill Downs should be no issue for this Chad Brown trainee, and Chad Brown is always dangerous on the turf. For second, we'll go with the 2 Main Event. Who loves the turf course, can race from anywhere, was a winner last time out of Gulfstream Park at a lower level stake event. And then for third, we'll go with the 7 Side Dog, who's a proven winner, has won 3 straight races, has been working well, and I think Side Dog can make the ticket.
And Bob, who do you like?
I am going for a long shot here. Hopefully this horse will bust out of the gate from the outside post and take command and not look back. I'm going for Dawa Jack Chief. I've always liked the training of Tom Amos, high percentage guy. Already for the year, he's over 20%. He's got this one probably primed and ready to go. That last race was the Jeff Ruby Stakes. That's on artificial. He's going back to turf today, and on turf, he's 2 for 4. He's very comfortable on the grass. So I'm putting the 11 horse on top. Sly Dog got the money last time by rallying to win the Transylvania at Keeneland, be coming again. And then I put 10 horse Coinage, who was caught by Sly Dog in that aforementioned Transylvania Stakes. So I'm going 11, 7, 10 in the 9th.
Okay, so the 7 horse Side Dog is a horse that's had 3 races in his life, 3 perfect finishes here, and I just think that the horse can keep on going. A lot of times when I see a horse like this, I think that when a horse is really pushed and tested, I don't think the horse will be second or third on the ticket. It'll either be first again or you have to send a search party out for him. And I just think that this horse looks like he can keep on rolling. I think I am a huge Graham Motion trainer fan here. I think the guy really puts his horses in perfect spots, and obviously he thinks this horse is ready to step up, or he wouldn't have put the horse in here. Second, I went to the 9 horse Stolen Base, a horse that I think has can come in and add some value to the ticket. Been keeping very strong company and has hit the board 2 of his last 3 starts. For third, the 6 Portfolio Company, a horse that I think, again, if you throw out the horse's last race, there's no reason you can't pick this one out. And again, had super stiff competition in his most recent race. So I'm at 7-9-6. Michael Carter 6-2-7. Rob Roberts 11-7-10. They're in race number 9. On to the 10th race, 7 furlong stakes event, grade 1 event, going for $750,000 the purse. In that race, going to scratch the 8 horse Cezanne. Cezanne is scratched. Michael, who do you have?
Well, the 8 Cezanne was my top selection. Obviously, that one is now scratched. So we're going to go with the 3 Jackie's Warrior on top for trainer Steve Asmussen, looking for to make it 3 wins over the Churchill Downs surface. Coming off a win at Oaklawn Park over a sloppy track, obviously a little bit of moisture on the track, so that shouldn't bother Jackie's Warrior. And then I'm going to also use the 5 Reinvestment Risk, who has speed and will most likely be trying to cut the race from here with Irad Ortiz Jr.
Roberts, who do you have?
Well, after trying to get one to go wire to wire in the 9th race, I'm going to try to get one to rally from off the pace in the 10th race. I'm going for the 1 horse, Aloha West. There looks to be enough speed in here. Jackie's Warrior, obviously. The 5 Reinvestment Risk has got zip. And the 6 Prevalence is also quick of foot. So I'm hoping Aloha West can rally around these guys. Obviously, Jackie Warrior is double tough, so he stays in the 2 hole for me. And Prevalence is, Brendan Walsh has just been killing it the last couple of weeks at Keeneland and Churchill. Very hot trainer. So I'm putting the 6-horse third. I'm going 1-3-6 in this. I believe it's the Churchill Downs Stakes.
So in this 10th race, I went to the 3-horse in here, Jackie's Warrior, a horse coming off of a really nice win, most recent start, and has won 4 of his last 5 starts. And I think the horse can strike again today. I think the horse will probably lead this bunch from start to finish. Second, I went to the 5-horse in here, Reinvestment Risk, so I'm sitting on the same exacta that Michael Carter is, a 3-5. Bob Roberts at a 1-3-6. And that's how we've got race number 10. The 11th race, 1 1/8 on the turf, grade 1, going for $1 million. In the 11th race, we're going to scratch the 1 Ivar. Ivar is scratched. So down to a field of 9 in this one. And Bob, how'd you pick him?
Well, I had Ivar on top, and he must be really sick to pass running for $1 million. That's for darn sure. So I scratched into a horse that I think has got a pretty good shot. The 8-horse, Adamo. This horse is a Irish bred who spent most of its time in France until Chad Brown got a hold of it. He sent it to the fairgrounds for a grade 3 stake race in February, and this horse rallied from so far back and was climbing over horses at the wire. The fact that he's gone to Flavian Pratt as the jockey, I like that a whole lot. So I'm putting the 8-horse on top. The 4, Tribhuvan, another Chad Brown horse, so he could finish 1-2 in here. And on the bottom, I'm going to go with the 6-horse Cheryl Spite, who's is on a roll with 3 straight wins. So I'm going to go 8-4-6.
Michael, what do you have?
All right, I'm also going to land on the 4 as my top selection here with Tribhuvan. Cutting back in distance, can clearly get over the 1 1/8 with no issues. Has been working well, and trader Chad Brown is a 27% winner when starting a horse over 180 days off. So we'll go with the 4, Tribhuvan. For second, we'll go with the 6, Charles Spite, who could benefit from the distance. Picks up Luis Saez and will be coming from off the pace most likely. And then for third, I used the 3, Public Sector. It's the first start of 2022. Irad Ortiz will pick up the ride. Was a 4th place finisher in the Hollywood Derby back at Del Mar.
In this race, I went to the 6-horse, Cheryl Spite. I love horses that are just in super good form, and that's what this horse is. Has 3 wins in a row. Just absolutely monster efforts in some of these races, and came from way back and surged very strongly at Keeneland in his most recent effort to take that one. Has super good wins before that as well. I just think that Cheryl Spite will be closing hard and closing late and get up in time. Second, I went to the 8 at Hamo, a horse that again, know very little about, but had a very good effort in this most recent race, and I think can be right there again. And for third, I went to the 3, Public Sector, a horse that is just always right there, knocking at the door or being in front, and really very rarely does anything wrong. And I just think that horse will be right there again. So Michael's at a 4-6-3, Bob's at an 8-4-6, I'm at 6-8-3 in race number 11. We're going to take a quick break here before we do the Kentucky Derby, and we'll be right back, and we'll handicap the Derby for you. So we are back on Kentucky Derby Day here at MGM Northfield Park, and we are going to talk the Kentucky Derby now. Race number 12 on the card. Really the most exciting race of the year, probably for all of horse racing. A huge race here for this one. In the 12th race today, you're going to scratch the 20, scratch the 22, and the 21 will run. Again, the 21 will run in the Kentucky Derby. A purse of $3 million, the Grade 1 event, the 148th running, going a mile and a quarter at Churchill Downs. I'm going to go with the 12 horse in here, Taiba, a horse that has 2 races, 2 wins. Very lightly raced, but one that's done extremely good work every time the horse has been on the track. And, it's coming over from Santa Anita, had a huge win in his career debut. Came back in the Santa Anita Derby, was super impressive there as well. The horse has done absolutely nothing wrong yet, and I don't look for him to do anything wrong today, and I have the 12 on top. Second, I went to the 5 horse in here, White Barrio, a horse that's coming off of 2 wins in a row, including the Florida Derby in his most recent effort, and I think the horse has a huge shot again today. And for third, I went to the 8 horse Charge It, coming off of a 2nd place in the Florida Derby, his first time stepping up to big competition, and I think he did very well, and I think he can do very well again. So I'm at 12, 15, 8. Taiba, my pick to take this year's Kentucky Derby.
All right, number 10, Zandon is my top selection. Chad Brown is the trainer. He is a strong closer. David Aragona wrote in the Daily Racing Form, the only question about him is how short is a price on a favorite who may have to pass 18 runners? I'm not sure that it'll be that far back. I could see him maybe being mid-pack. Trader Chad Brown is a 27% winner after winning his last start, and boy did he win the Bluegrass Stakes in nice form. I also used the 12 Taiba, like you said, Ayers. He's 2-4-2. He's the spitting image of his gun runner who did some really awesome things throughout his career. And for third, we'll go with the 1 Mo Donegal off the rail. The rail is not where you want to be in a 20-horse field at Churchill Downs a lot of times, but I have a feeling that he's going to be taking back and coming late from mid-pack. He gets Irad Ortiz, who's one of the best riders in North America, and he's been working well leading up to this race. So I'm going to go 10-12-1 for the Kentucky Derby this year.
Bob, how'd you see it?
Yeah, first, a note on your horse, Taiba, or Taiba, whatever it's pronounced. This horse was in a short van ride from being an Ohio bred. She was bred by a guy named Bruce Ryan, who calls Cincinnati home. And those who followed racing at Thistledown for years may notice that Taiba's dam is Need More Flattery. She was a 2-time Ohio Horse of the Year, trained by Tim Ham. So Ryan sent Need More Flattery down to Lexington to be bred to Gun Runner for $125,000. And then when she was pronounced in foal, he had his choice to leave her there and have her born in Lexington, or he could have vanned her home and had her born in Cincinnati at his farm. He left her in Lexington. I heard she did grow up at his farm when she was a weanling and as a yearling. She did run around Hamilton County in Cincinnati for a while. So this could have been an Ohio bred. It's an interesting pick because I guess the only time a horse has won the Kentucky Derby with 2 starts was back in the 1800s. But this is obviously a very talented colt to win the Santa Anita Derby off a maiden win. Like Michael, I'm going for the 10-horse Zandon. I think there's plenty of speed in here to set up his winning rally. And if you look at his past performances, while he's behind 9 or 10 horses, he has never been more than 6 or 7 lengths off the lead in any race. So he will need a clean trip to get there. But I'm really, Chad Brown keeps winning everything in sight, the trainer. And Flavian Pratt may be the top jockey in America right now. He's switched this tack from Santa Anita for the upcoming Belmont meet. And this kid has really got his head on right when it comes to riding horses. For second, I picked the only horse in the race who has won a stake race at Churchill Downs, and that would be the 5 Smile Happy. I don't know if he'll get the mile and a quarter, but that doesn't mean he can't be second or third. And then for third, there's been such an influx or a dominance by California-based horses, I have to put Messier third. He got caught by Taiba in the Santa Anita Derby, but he's still a nice racehorse. So in the Derby, I'm going 10-5-6.
So Bob Roberts at 10.56, Michael Carter 10 at 2.11, both on the 10 Zandon. I'm on the 12 Taiba for a 12.15.8. That is how we see the Kentucky Derby and the stake program today from Churchill Downs. We do thank you for watching and for being with us today. Lots going on here at MGM Northfield Park. Lots of good food out on the apron. Activities going on all day as well. So enjoy your day. Make some money here at MGM Northfield Park.